Pardon me? Salat al-Dhuhr. Mudaf and mudaf ilayh. And this, I've already mentioned. Naqlu means transmission. Naqlu. Okay? So that's actually a chained idafa right there. So this is mudaf and this is mudaf ilayh. So do you notice there's no tashkeel here? Let me just use this instead. There's no tashkeel here, right? Does this work? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I don't know if that. Okay. So that right there is your mudaf. That is mudaf ilayh to this. Okay, naqlun. Its original is naqlun, means transmission from the verb naqala. Okay, naqala yanqulu means to transmit something. So naqlun, and of course, what does it lose? It tanween. It loses one dhamma or tanween. So it becomes naqlu, and then you notice there's no tashkeel here. So you have to get used to that, right? And he does that. So naqlu, and then salah, prayer, that's mudaf ilayh, right? If it's mudaf ilayh, what should go on the ta marbuta? Kasra. See how you're slowly starting to fill this in now? And you'll become good at it, inshallah, the more you do it. So when you pronounce it, you'll know how to pronounce it. You know you won't say naqlu salata, naqlu salati. Okay? Now, this is mudaf ilayh, yes. But it's also what? Well, it's majroor, but what is it also? It's mudaf ilayh, but what else is it? Mudaf. It is mudaf for what? Al-dhuhr. Al-dhuhr. So here, this is a chained idafa right there. Double idafa if you want to call it. So naqlu salat al-dhuhr. Min al-masjid. So what should we put on al-masjid at the end here? Kasra. Why? This is jar or harfu jar. Min, right? And by the way, min normally has a sukoon. But what rule do we have to obey here? It's not a grammar rule. No, what rule? What's the rule called? The rule. Iltiqa. They still meet. But iltiqa is sakinain. The meeting of the two sukoons, not allowed. Not allowed. So you have the word or the speech before it, the particle of speech before it, breaks it. So the min, he loses his sukoon. Okay? And he takes a fatha. Min al-masjidi, and then al-nabawi. So this al-masjid al-nabawi, it came, you'll learn in a later chapter, it came in an adjective form, right? Na'at al-manqud. You'll learn that after. This could come in a mudaf and mudaf ilayh form. For example, masjid al-nabi, or not al-nabawi. If it comes in the mudaf and mudaf ilayh form, then you would say min masjid al-nabi, min masjid al-nabi. Okay? And by the way, that min would then leave its sukoon because it starts with meen, the next word. All right? Min Masjid al-Nabi. Okay? And then a shaykh. Right? So, but here it's in the adjective form. So, there's two idafas there. Okay? We'll continue until we, yes? No, not, here you don't put fatha. Oh, because it's, oh sorry, not fatha. Min masjid, say, you're right. Still majroor, yes. Min, then it becomes ism majroor. Thanks for that correction. Yes, I wasn't thinking. Min masjidin nabi. Min masjidin nabi. Yes. Okay. There was another sentence I was thinking about, so I missed it. Pardon me? Okay, that's good. That wasn't the one I was thinking about. That's good. Because if that goes away, that's not going to be it. Okay, I'm going to continue. So that's good, alhamdulillah. Okay, everybody good with that? Thanks for that. Yes. Okay. And you got the meaning, right? Transmission of Salat al-Dhuhr, right, of the afternoon prayer, from the prophetic honorable mosque. You know, that's yeah. نقل صلاة الظهر من المسجد النبي Sharif. Yeah. Sorry, Al-Masjid al-Nabawi. Sorry. Al-Masjid al-Nabawi Sharif. Yeah. By the way, there's actually a fourth one. You guys missed that. Let me back up a little. Look, you gotta look very closely. You don't see it? Oh, well, it runs off the page. Sorry, that doesn't count. I'll let you go on that. But the next, when it comes up, show me where when you see the next idafa. Okay, good. I knew hands would go up. Okay, there you go. Where do you see it? Yes, Rasul, right? Rasul. Okay, now, and this is where, of course, the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is buried. All right, and on the right is Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, and on his right is Umar ibn Khattab, Amir al-Mu'mineen radiallahu anh, the same one that said you must learn the Arabic language. So the one who told us to learn the Arabic language is buried to the right of the best human being, right? And this is, of course, under the green dome, right? Now, there's a sentence here. Huna. Somebody want to read it? So what's the sentence? Can you just read the sentence? Huna as-salam. 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 Yeah. Ala Rasulillah. Yes. Originally Rasulullah, but ala Rasulillah. Right. Okay, now this, what kind of a sentence is this? Okay, first of all, let's translate it. Huna, what is that in the Arabic language? I think we learned that, right? Yes, I know it's here, and then grammatically. Okay, we're not analyzing the sentence yet, or we're going to get there inshallah. Huna. MashaAllah, who said that? Oh, there you go, Moody. Alright, Moody's in the house. Ismul ishara lil qareeb. Ismul ishara lil qareeb. We won't analyze the sentence yet, because I'm going to introduce a third kind of khabar here. Ismul ishara lil qareeb. Huna, here. As-salamu, the peace, of course. It's marfu. Ala Rasulillah. Here's peace, you know, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We give him, send him peace. Here's the peace. You know, the best human being, right? As-salamu ala Rasulillah. Okay, that's a jumla. What kind of a sentence is that? Ismiya, right? So in a jumlatul ismiya, we have mubtada and khabar. We have a subject and a predicate, right? Where is the mubtada here? Where is the subject? The subject of the sentence, the topic of the sentence, the idea of the sentence, the main point of the sentence. What is it? Huna. The sentence is saying this is the point. Here is the Prophet ﷺ. That's the point of the way the sentence is constructed. The point, the main point of the sentence, he's not there. He's not there. He's here. He's here. That's the subject of the sentence, the mubtada. Huna, right? That's the subject. Where's the khabar? Close. Closer. Pardon me? The whole sentence. So the khabar, brothers and sisters, can come as one word. Al-baytu kabirun. The house is big. Kabirun khabar. One word. It can come as a shibu jumla. It can come as a sentence fragment. Muhammadun fil bayt. Where's the khabar there? Fil bayt. The preposition and the noun, or the object of the preposition. Fil bayt. Fil bayt is a sentence fragment. It means in the house. Muhammad is the subject. What about Muhammad? Remember, the khabar answers the question, what about Muhammad? You know, if Mansoor says Muhammad, the first question I'm going to ask him is, what about Muhammad? Then he's going to say, Muhammadun fil bayt. Fil bayt. He supplied a bit of information for me. It answers that question. The khabar can also come as a whole sentence within a sentence. You know, for those of you who are programmers, who's a programmer here? Okay, you can nest things within things, right? So B can be nested within A in your code, right? So it's kind of like that. It's a sentence within a sentence. So huna is your subject. Assalamu ala Rasulillah. That whole sentence is your khabar. That whole sentence is your khabar. Okay? So I brought this for several reasons, and this is the last of those I wanted to mention. In fact, we'll learn the other two types of khabar inshallah as we go along. Okay? So you got your three idafas there. Two at the bottom there, and the third one there. Ala Rasulillah. Okay? Inshallah. Alright. So, was it Abdul Majid? No, I'm asking the one who just came back from Medina. Okay, may Allah accept your umrah, inshallah. Beautiful, huh? Allah. When he comes in the morning, if you're sitting there on the top of the masjid, you hear, me and some of the guys were sitting there on the top of the roof of Masjid al-Nabi. It was about 4 in the morning, and you don't want to come back to Orange County. And you can hear the birds chirping. And it's weird, the birds don't fly over the masjid to... That's unbelievable, man. And we're sitting there, the birds start chirping, and as soon as Abdul Majid takes the mic, you can hear the... I love that. Sorry, I'm just sharing this, but I get really excited. It's just awesome, man. It's awesome. You don't want to come back. You do not want to come back. Yes? Through the masjid now? Oh, okay, so, okay. It didn't happen when I was... Even they love the masjid, man. Okay, so let's go through some of the... I want to do a quick review because we have some newcomers, and inshallah, just in case you missed it, I'm going to be doing... I know you guys have been to that. I'm not saying for you guys to come, but if you know anybody that could benefit from the presentation we're doing on the Arabic language in the Tustin Masjid this Friday night, between Maghrib and Isha, and they are going to serve dinner, in case you're not really interested about the presentation, but you are about dinner. They're going to have Friday night, and I'm just going to give the same PowerPoint. So no need for you to come if you already watched it, but if you haven't, good, and if you know of anybody that could benefit, I had mentioned they called me and they said, brother, could you do that same presentation? And I said, I'll do that, but I don't want it to look like I'm taking people from the masjid there to come to the class here. He said, don't worry about it. In fact, they said, feel free if you want more students. So if you know somebody who's interested, they can come to that presentation, and if they like it, they can join the class. Of course, they'll have a bit of catch up to do, but it's only 4 or 5 chapters so far that we've done. And inshallah, if they're willing, they can catch up. I don't see an issue with that. We had one brother join last week, inshallah, as well. Okay, so let's do a quick review. It's time for a little review here. Ignore that just for a second. But let's do the parts of speech. Remember the parts of speech, right? We have how many parts of speech? 3 parts of speech. 3 parts of speech. What are they? Just raise your hand, brother Adnan. And what are they in English?
Noun.
So we have ismun, noun. Harfun, particle. Fi'lun, verb, right? Okay. 3 sections of speech. That's it in Arabic. There's no more. There's no more. Now, under ismun, under nouns, we have 5 parts of speech. 5 subparts or 5 subsections, however you want to call them, right? So let's go through those. What is the first one? Except you. I'll come back to you. Yes, it's ismun. So there's noun, the heading, and then there's noun, one of the actual members of that group, okay? Can you give me an example, sister, of ismun? Muhammadun, that's a noun. Another one maybe? Fatima, 2. Yes. Yes, very good. Or baytun, house, miftahun, mushafun, these are nouns, right? The second one, under that category is what? Yes, brother? Damirun, very good. Damirun. Can you give me an example? Damirun is what, by the way, in English? Pronoun. And all a pronoun is a substitute for a noun. If you don't want to say Fatima in English, you use the pronoun she. If you don't want to say house, you say it. Right? Those are pronouns. Okay? Huwa. Huwa jameel. It is beautiful or he is beautiful, right? Okay, so that's damir. That's pronoun. So we have noun, we have pronoun. What about the third one? Is anybody cold, by the way? That's on purpose, to keep you awake. So you don't fall asleep. Third, if it's too cold, then just whoever knows how to work that thermostat. Yes, brother? Not. Not or sifa, which in English is adjective. We haven't learned that yet. Adjective. So we have noun, we have pronoun, we have adjective. What about the fourth one? No, not ismul ishara. That's a noun. Yeah, ismul ishara. Dharf. Dharf. What is dharf in English? Just one. Yes. And what are the two types? Time and place. Time and place. Somebody said adverb. I don't like that because adverb in English grammar is to describe an action. Like he ran slowly. That's not what this is. So I've seen that on web. There's a lot of misinformation about Arabic grammar on websites. So if you think you're just going to Google and get an answer, you gotta know your stuff. Okay. So what's an example of a dharf of time? I don't think we've learned it, right? But in case you have studied Arabic before, does anybody know? Pardon me? Ba'da. Ba'da. That's a word. After. Ba'da das. Sanakulu a sandwich ba'da das. We will eat a sandwich after class. Dharf. Ba'da. What about one we learned last week or 2 weeks ago? Circumstantial noun of place. تحت. تحت. تحت المال. الكتاب تحت الطاولة. The book is under the table. Okay. What about the fifth component of nouns? Ismul fi'l. Anybody got an example? Uff. Uff. Ah. Hayya. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala salat. Hayya asri. B'sur'ah. Come. Ta'al b'sur'ah. Come fast. Come quickly. Okay, that's one. So those are your 5 under noun. Yes, ma'am. Oh, interjection. Interjection. So we have 5 components of nouns. Nouns are one of the 3 parts of speech. You see where you are on the map there? Everybody good, inshallah? Okay. Next thing I wanted to just quickly go over is the 2 types of sentences that we know. Can somebody give me 1 second? What you eat, man? Let's just see. I'm just going to purposely pick different people just to see, get people involved. But I'm not trying to exclude you. So. Jumlatun ismiya and jumlatun fi'liya. We have a nominal sentence and a verbal sentence. What does a nominal sentence do? Basically, tell me what a nominal sentence does. Gives a fact. It's just, you're describing a reality. You state a fact, you're stating a reality. Al-baytu jameel. The house is beautiful. There's no movement, there's no action there. You're just pointing out a reality, right? Okay? Az-zahratu qabihatu jiddan. The flower is. So, just stating a fact. Just stating a fact. What about a jumlatun fi'liya? A verbal sentence. What is that doing? Yeah, you're talking about an action. Action could be in the past, it could be in the present, but it can also be in the future, but it can also be giving you a command. Salli al-an. Pray now. That's jumlatun fi'liya. Now, let's crack open a jumlatun fi'liya. Jumlatun fi'liya can contain many things. Jumlatun fi'liya can contain many things. But both of them contain 2 basic things that if you took one of those 2 things away, the sentence would fall down. The sentence would fall down, flat on its face. Jumlatun ismiya has to have 2 basic ingredients. There's extra ingredients and then there's the basic ingredients. If you don't put sugar in a cake, it's still a cake. It may not taste delicious, meaning the sentence may not have enough meaning, right? But it's still a cake, okay? But a cake has to have some basic ingredients, otherwise it's going to fall apart. Eggs, flour, blah, 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 right? Same thing with a jumlatun ismiya. You have to have basic ingredients, and then there's extra ingredients to give more meaning, to make it a richer sentence. So, jumlatun ismiya. What are the 2 basic things? Yes, sister? Mubtada and khabar. Okay, now let's talk about mubtada and khabar. First of all, let's talk about mubtada. You tell me in your words what is a mubtada, because I don't want people to get lost in the Arabic terminology, because we don't want that. What is a mubtada? When I ask you, for example, where's the mubtada in the sentence? Subject of the sentence. When you say the subject of the sentence, what are you actually saying? I'm gonna probe deeper here. That's main topic of the sentence. The whole point of the sentence, the whole point why you wrote or said the sentence to begin with. Why did you even say it? It's because of this main point. That's the point. Why is this ayah there? Here's the main point of the ayah. Here's the main point of the hadith. That's the main, everything else is revolving around that point. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at a sentence or an ayah, you have to think about it's almost like a planetary system, like an orbit. You have the sun, which is the main point. And you have all of the other things revolving around that. Okay? Because why this is important? Because when you look at an ayah, how many times have you heard a brother or a sister say, brother, that's not the main point of the ayah? Well, how do you know? Well, from a language perspective, this is what the ayah is talking about. And in order to understand the tafsir is talking about primarily the main point of the ayah. Everything else, like dates and places and times, it's extra, but it's not the main point of the ayah. You see what I'm saying? That's the practical aspect of grammar. To drill on the main point of the ayah. We're not just studying grammar here to slap labels on things. This is mubtada and khabar, khalas, I'm walking away. That's not what I'm talking about. Mubtada and khabar to get the main point here. The main point. So like the sister said, mubtada is the main topic of the sentence. The main point of the sentence. The main point of the ayah. The main point of the riwayah. The hadith of, let's say, the Prophet ﷺ, right? That's the mubtada. The mubtada cannot stand alone though. You can introduce a topic. You can go and take the microphone in front of 1,000 people and go, New York. That's the topic of your speech, New York. And then you know what? Thank you very much. And you walk away. You gave the mubtada, where's the khabar? You didn't say anything about New York, right? Or Brother Munir, he could say, okay, I'm going to tell you about my Umrah. That's his main topic. And then he closes the mic, he switches it off and walks away. He's like, where's the khabar? Yeah? Ain al-akhbar. Right? Where is the point? So the khabar is the information. I know I've said this a few times, but I don't want to leave anybody behind. Mubtada, topic. Khabar, information. At least one piece. At least one piece. Right? So those are the two main ingredients of the nominal sentence. Jumlatun ismiyya, right? Everybody good with that? Verbal sentence. Verbal sentence also has two main components. I can't believe it's 2:30 already. Okay, verbal sentence, two main components. Doer and action. Doer is the fa'ilun and the action is the fi'lun. Okay, unlike Jumlatun ismiyya, can the mubtada come after the khabar? Can you take the mubtada, which usually comes in the beginning, and the khabar, can you switch them around? Yes, and you'll see many examples, regular examples, and in the Quran. قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. Maradun, in their hearts, is a disease. Maradun here is the mubtada, the main point of the sentence. It came after the khabar. And fi qulubi, just fi qulubi, that is the khabar. Him mudaf ilayh. Fi qulubihim maradun. In their, Allah Azza wa Jalla saying that those disbelievers who rejected Islam, in their hearts is a disease. Disease here is your mubtada, is your subject. Allah Azza wa Jalla, the topic of this point here is disease. What about the disease? Fi qulubihim. It's in their hearts. It's not there. It's not here. It's inside them. Okay, so I would have to get into waw al-qasam then. So I don't want to go on that. I don't want to explain that yet. That ayah starts with waw al-qasam. So we will do the analysis of that after. So fi qulubihim marad. You see where it got switched, right? Mubtada can come after, and it can come before. But jumlatun fi'liyah, the doer and the action, can you switch them? You cannot switch them. Which comes first 100% of the time? Pardon me? The action. The fa'il always comes after. always comes after. Now somebody will say, yeah, but you told us ذهب محمد إلى صيدلية. Muhammad went to the pharmacy. Didn't you tell us, Brother Taymur, that you could say Muhammadun ذهب إلى صيدلية? That's a correct statement. Muhammadun ذهب إلى صيدلية. But ذهب محمد إلى صيدلية. Muhammad, and both, by the way, are Muhammad went to the pharmacy. But ذهب محمد إلى الصيدلية. Is that a جملة فعلية or اسمية? فعلية. Verbal sentence, right? Which is coming first? The verb. Muhammadun is the fa'il. Now I can, if I already know who you're talking about, you can drop Muhammad. You can say ذهب. I could say أين Muhammad? And Mansur could respond saying ذهب إلى الصيدلية. He went to the pharmacy. Even in that case, the doer is not coming before the verb. In that case, the doer has gone inside the verb. ذهب itself carries inside it هو. You'll learn all this inshallah. You don't have to write this down. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Because we will go through this a whole bunch of times. So I dropped Muhammadun. So somebody said, where did your doer go? The doer now is huwa, inside the verb. You haven't learned conjugation fully yet, so not to worry. You will learn this. All I'm saying is, there's two components, the doer and the action. The moment you put Muhammadun before the verb and say Muhammadun ذهب إلى الصيدلية, is Muhammadun the fa'il here? Because guess what? You have now said a jumlatun ismiyah. So now Muhammadun is the what? Mubtada. And why did you move Muhammadun to the beginning? Because maybe you want to emphasize the fact of who went to the pharmacy. You have that flexibility in the Arabic, okay? هذه المرونة في اللغة العربية. You have this flexibility in the Arabic language. You want to emphasize Muhammad, not the fact that he went to the pharmacy, or not the act itself of going. You're emphasizing who, okay? Does it make sense? So subject and khabar, do this all day, no problem. But doer and action, no. The doer always follows the action. Action comes before. The moment you take the doer and leapfrog him and put him in front of the action, he now became the mubtada, he or she or whatever you're talking about. Does it make sense? Inshallah, okay. Like I just said, في قلوبهم مرض. Or you can say المرض في قلوبهم. المرض في قلوبهم. The disease is in their hearts. But Allah Azza wa Jal, for emphasis, is talking of their hearts. The topic is marad, sickness. But it's emphasizing the fact, like, the disease is here. It's right here. That ayah. Yeah, but I'm not bringing for that reason. All I'm saying there is the mubtada is coming after.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can say, عندي كتاب. عندي, you have a, I'm not trying to say too much here because it's stuff that depends on stuff you haven't learned yet. But just say, actually we're going to learn in chapter 6. Lam, right? The lam of belonging. I can say, li akhun. I have a brother. Li akhun. Okay? I have a brother. Akhun here, mubtada. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, so the hadith, it said, الدنيا سجن المؤمن.
Yeah. So
وجنة الكافر.
Yeah. So if you take the
I'm just trying to follow what you're doing. Okay, you have to, so what you have to say, سجن المؤمن هي الدنيا. You have to bring some other things. That's why
that's what I'm okay.
Yeah, I want to avoid that right now because it's going to confuse people. So just
Okay.
slow down.
No.
You're good.
You need to do something as well to reach the audience.
Yeah, you don't want to do that right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on certain things. That's why I'm giving you a very simple example. Li akhun. I have a brother. Akhun is the mubtada, but it came after. Okay. So I'm going to leave that. Any question on that? Okay. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is the cases. Remember we talked about the cases and the signs. We have 3 signs. Let's talk about not the cases for a second. What are the 3 signs for nouns? Yes. Dhammatun or dhammatan, one dhamma or two dhammas, depending on if it's definite or indefinite. Then fatha or fathatun or fathatan, one fatha or two fathas. And then kasratun or kasratan, one kasra or two kasra, depending on if it's definite or indefinite, right? Those three are signs. What are these signs for? For the one who's studying tajweed and recitation of the Quran, for him or her, those are signs on how to pronounce. But for us as Arabic students, it's more than just sounding it out properly. It's actually connected to the roles that words are playing. So we're trying to understand the Book of Allah and the Hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. So here, Fatha points to what? No, the case. Mansub. Mansub. Fatha points to Mansub. Fatha points, which you know, it took a second. Fatha is Mansub. Okay? Mansub. That's the case. So you have the sign and the case. Have we done a lot of Mansub? No. So don't worry about that right now. We haven't done a lot of Mansub. I'm just pointing that out. What we've done a lot is the other two. Right? So Dhamma, Marfu, is a sign of Marfu. You've seen it over and over again. Al-Baytu Dhamma. Jamilun, two Dhammas. Right? Marfu. Both are Marfu. The Mubtada and the Khabar are Marfu. Right? So Dhamma is a sign of Rafa or Marfu. So we have Fatha, we have Dhamma and Kasra. And what is the Kasra sign of? Majroor. And you've seen that now with Mudaf ilayh. And you've seen it where other, one more time. When does a noun become majroor? One is when it's Mudaf ilayh. After harfu jar. Yes, after harfu jar. You saw when you were listening to the adhan? Min al-masjidi. Min al-masjidi. Al-masjidi there is majroor. Right? Min al-masjidi. Good? So we have the signs, the three signs and the three cases. That was another review. Okay, and we did, and I'm not going to go through this because it should be fresh, but we'll come back to it after. Remember, as I said in the email, there's 5 different situations for idafa. Okay, 5 different situations. We went over those, all right? You know what? Since I gotta go. I always do that to myself. Introduce something and just not. Okay. So I introduce it as a mubtada. I gotta give that cover, right? So the 5 different situations where idafa can come. One is what? Pardon me? Possession. Can you give me an example? How do you say it? That's very good. That would be good in English 101. Yes, Baytu. Yes, Baytu Bilalin. Baytu Bilalin. Possession. That's Bilal's house. Good example. What about a second one? Okay, association. Can you give me examples? Pardon me? Oh, you're giving. Okay, I thought it was either one. Either one. Medina to what? I'm sorry. Oh, city. Okay, yeah, Medina to. Yes, good. Yep. Also, Masjidun Nabi. Pardon? Kitabullah. Well, I don't want to use that yet. Not yet. We're going to use that for another example. Okay. Mabani Los Angeles, buildings of Los Angeles. Okay? Not necessarily LA owns the buildings, but the buildings are associated with LA because they're in LA. Right? Yes. Al-Masjidun Nabawi. That's not idafa. That's adjective, that's described in adjective, which we'll do in a future chapter. And that's why I was saying is you can make it idafa by saying Masjidun Nabi. The mosque of the Prophet. Yeah. Okay, so that's the second. So we have possession, association. What's a third one? Okay, so Ashraf, you want to location or time? Yes. You want to say one example? Anybody got an example for that? تحت المكتب. الكتاب تحت المكتب. تحت المكتب. المكتب, yes. Under the desk, yeah. Al-Maktabi became majroor because mudaf ilayh. تحت المكتب طرف, which is actually like a mudaf, and mudaf ilayh. Perfect. That's a third one. How about a fourth example? A fourth type. Veneration, yes, tashrif or ta'zim. Do you have an example? You have an example. Go ahead. Kitabullah. Naqatullahi, Naqatullah, the she camel of Allah. Kitabullah, the book of Allah. Baytullah, not any house. Baytullah, هذا تعظيم وتشريف, right? Okay, that's good. The fifth one we learned last week too. Can you give me an example? Interrogation, yes. Question. Yes. Kitabu man, right? Kitabu man. That's mudaf and mudaf ilayh. But you know what? Man, is it mu'arab? Does it bend or is it mabni? Does it not decline? Yes. It does not decline. So I introduced a topic last week, which if you didn't get it, we'll come back to it so many times, not to worry. Kitabu, we know it can take any one of three cases, right? But what about man? Does man decline? No. Man does not decline. So we say fi mahalli, in the place of majroor or in jar. Fi mahalli jar. Kitabu man. Kitabu man. When I say kitabu man, whose book? Mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Yep, kitabu man. If it's continuing and to break the two sukoon rule, you're saying? Yeah, if you continue after, yeah. But just kitabu man, you know, it's in the place of majroor. Okay, fi mahalli jar. Okay, that's good. We got that. So anyways, let me, I'm going to go ahead and what we'll do, we'll write together, inshallah, most of the sentences on, you can open your book page, we'll start on page 28. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to sit down while I write here. Okay, so let's do the first one. The first one, I'm not going to do the questions, okay? Because questions are more complex. I'm going to leave those alone. I will do those in book 3. Book 3, the last book. The one we started this morning, Saturday class. Okay? So anywhere where you see a sentence, I'm not going to analyze it here. But let's at least say it. Can somebody say for me the first one there on the bottom of page 28 in the beginning? Part 4 where it says Iqra. So can I have a volunteer? Just you want to? Okay, go ahead. Perfect. Notice the endings, like what Ashraf uncle put there. Aina baytul mudarrisi. Aina baytul mudarrisi. He put the proper endings there. Okay. Huwa ba'idun. Okay, that's good. Let's do the next one. Anybody? Your sister, go ahead. Excellent ending. Yes, you guys are doing good. So let's write this now. You'll see. What did you say, sister? Say it again. That's what she said is correct. And I'll put the endings here. Okay, now let's analyze this. Basic sentence, right? Okay. What I'm going to do is I am going to make the mubtada red and I'm going to make the khabar blue. Mubtada red, khabar blue. Okay? Where's the mubtada here, the subject? Al-Quran. The Quran is the book of Allah, so Al-Quran is, oops. This is your mubtada. Okay? Actually, let me make it bigger here. Is this size okay right here? It's good? Alright, good, alhamdulillah. Got that. Okay. Let's do the next one. So that one said the Quran is the book of Allah. Oh, we did the, where's the khabar? I'm sorry. Kitabullah. Okay? Al-Quranu Kitabullah. Allah lafdul jalala mudaf ilayh. Does anybody have a question on why there's a dhamma here and a dhamma here and a kasra here? Anybody? Please ask. No problem. Yes, brother. Can somebody explain to me why? I'm going to start making you guys teachers now, inshallah. So, sister, go ahead. No, that would answer the question of why is there only one dhamma on there. So you would then respond and say, because it's definite, so it doesn't get two dhammas. His question is why a dhamma to begin with? That's his question. Yes, because it's mubtada, and the mubtada is what case? Marfu. That's the answer. So again, let me say the sentence or the response very clearly here. Again, there is a dhamma on Al-Quran. Because the dhamma is the sign for marfu. Why marfu? Because the subject is marfu. Always. The subject is always marfu. No. Mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh not considered part of the khabar. You can say muta'allaqun bil khabar. It's connected. But just kitab here is the khabar. That's the piece of information here. Okay. Now you can say you can drop Allah, lafzul jalala, sorry, and say al-Qur'anu kitabun. You can say this. You can say that. But what you're saying there is the Qur'an is a book. Al-Qur'anu kitabun. See the difference there? The Qur'an is a book, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Qur'an is Allah's book, not just any book. Okay, good? Yes, Sister Arbi. So that's a good question. Why is there a dhamma on kitabu? Just like why is there a dhamma on kitabu? Can somebody answer that? Khabar. Khabar, like mubtada, its case is marfu. Every noun has a case. Just record that in your brain. That's one thing, just record in your brain. Nouns in Arabic have a case. Nouns in English do not have a case. You don't see. I mean, they don't have a sign for the case, I should say. So the khabar is always marfu. Pardon me? Mubtada and khabar always marfu. Always marfu. Okay? And everybody knows why there's a kasra for Allah, right? Mudaf ilayh. Lafzul jalala mudaf ilayh. Let's do the next one. Is this beneficial, hopefully? That we're going, I was going to end this chapter quickly and go into 6, but I'm thinking, let's just take these sentences as a review. Let's go through these so everybody's together. Yes. And kitabu is mudaf. Yes, kitabu is mudaf. Because Allah is lafzul jalala, Allah mudaf ilayh. So this right here is mudaf. Right? Okay. And it can never be mubtada. No exceptions. Okay, let's go to the next one. There we go. Okay, let's do the next one here. What should we put on the... Okay, actually let's do it another way. Let's first get our mubtada. Al-Ka'bah. That is the mubtada. That's the subject. Right? Where is the khabar or the predicate? Bayt. Okay? This will become so easy for you, inshallah. And the sooner the better, then you can start digesting the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jalla in the Quran, inshallah. Okay. Allah, lafzul jalala, mudaf ilayh. Always put lafzul jalala first. Alright, so bayt here is what? Khabar. Okay, now that we've actually said what's mubtada and what's khabar and what's mudaf ilayh, now let's go for the signs. Actually, no, you know what? No, don't do that. You've said what it is. You said that al-Ka'bah was mubtada. You said bayt is khabar. You said Allah, lafzul jalala, Allah is mudaf ilayh. Now let's figure out what cases they are. Yes, Mr. Amri? But I don't want to go there yet. I'm building the case to that. That's where we're going to wind up. But I'm going through the steps to see how we got there. Because I should have done this with the first sentence. Instead of putting the dhamma and the kasra and all that, let's build the case. So now the first thing we've done is we've done our analysis. What is mubtada? What is khabar? What is lafzul jalala, etc. Right? Now let's go and figure out what is the case of these things. Because as we said, nouns have cases. So al-Kaaba, what's the grammatical case there? Marfu. Why, Brother Adnan? Because it's mubtada, it's marfu. Now once I've classified the case, now I have to say, okay, what's going to represent that case? What's the sign for that case? Dhamma. Now I put the dhamma. You see, I should have done this with the first one. Does that approach make more sense now? I hope so, inshallah. Let's first figure out what's going on. Then let's apply the case. And then let's put the sign. Okay? Now, bayt here is, we said it's khabar. What case is khabar? Marfu'. What is the sign of marfu'? Yes, it's dhamma. Yes? Let's put a dhamma there. Okay, lafdul jalala, it's mudaf ilayh. What is the sign for mudaf ilayh? It's majroor. What is the sign of majroor? You see how somebody jumped to kasra, which is fine. But I'm trying to get you to think systematically. Don't jump all the way. Eventually you don't have to do this. It'll become second nature. You don't think twice about coming to the masjid. You know you can be on your phone and go through green lights even. It's like, oh, how did I go through those traffic lights? How did I know whether to turn on Roosevelt and all? That became second nature. What we're doing now is going to become second nature. You won't have to go through this. You're only going through this because we're taking baby steps now. First we classify, then we put the case, then we put the sign. Do you have to do that for the rest of your life? No. Inshallah, you won't have to do that forever. Okay, it'll become second nature. Such that when somebody tells you, Al-Ka'bata Bayt Allah, you'll come and say, brother, go back where you came from, or listen to what I have to say. Okay? And you can get in, you can, without of course showing off. Okay. Pardon me? Okay, that's a different. I know at least there's one guy that can tell you where you need to go. Okay. You find him on Twitter. Okay. Oh, sorry, can I put the kasra there? You don't? Okay. Okay, let's do the next one, inshallah. Is this pace okay for everybody? Please speak up if it's not. Okay, I have to accommodate everybody. Some, you're all good, but some are faster and some are slower, that's normal. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Oh, we got this one. Okay. What's the next one say? Okay. Okay. All right, the first thing I need, when you see sallallahu alayhi wa sallam or azza wa jal or subhanahu wa ta'ala, etc., those, I put a bracket here. Pardon me? Yeah, so I'm just going to, okay, I'm going to just color this. I'm just going to color this green. And this is what's called in Arabic. This is called al-jumlatul i'tiradiyya. Al-jumlatul i'tiradiyya. Al-i'tirad here means, it comes from the verb i'tarada. I'tarada ya'taridu. Al-i'tirad, what is that? Is when you have two things and you interpose or insert something in the middle. In grammar, we can just say it's a parenthetical sentence. Why? لأن الجملة بين القوسين. Because the sentence is between this qaus and this qaus. See the qaus here? Bracket. بين القوسين. Why am I saying this? Because you don't do the analysis on this. You just leave it. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay.
So
now,
the whole sentence is jumla
al-i'tiradiyya.
i'tiradiyya.
Yeah.
The whole
sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Now, what is it? I'll just quickly say, you don't have, this is a verb, it's in the past tense, it's tawheed. Okay? And it's not Allah praying. It's not Allah praying, because when salah is applied to Allah Azza wa Jal, it means Allah sends blessings. Allah, according to the ulama, is sending blessings. Okay? It's not Allah praying on him. Allah is sending blessings on him. This is your dhamir. Who is this? Remember, the pronoun always points back to something. Okay, it's not pointing back to Allah. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Okay, alayhi. And it's originally ala, but that alif maqsura became ya when you attach a pronoun to it. Okay? So we have that. And this is a verb too. Wasallam, and sends peace. He sent peace. Sallam. Okay? Sallam yusallam. Okay? Okay, so we leave sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, al-i'tiradiyya. Okay? We leave that. Let's figure out the rest of the sentence now. Okay, so where is the topic or the subject or the mubtada? Muhammad. Yes, so let's color this red. Where is the khabar or the predicate? Just this. Just that. Okay? Why is that the khabar? We're giving one piece of information about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're giving one piece of information. What information is this? He's a messenger. He's a messenger. Okay? Okay, and then this, lafzul jalala, mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh. Okay, now we've analyzed it. Now let's go and figure out what's the next question we ask? What case? What is the case? What is the case here? Marfu'. Why? It's the subject. What about this? Marfu'. Why? It's the predicate or the khabar or the information. Lafzul jalala? No, the case. It's one of three cases. No, kasra is a sign. Majroor. It's majroor. Yes. If you're getting frustrated from hearing wrong answers, then yell with the right one. Okay. And alhamdulillah, everybody's doing good. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So yes, this is majroor. Okay. Now let's go back to the signs. Okay. Now pay attention here. Masculine names, two dhammas, but it does not mean nakira. It does not mean indefinite. Muhammad is definite, but it has two dhammas. So let's put two dhammas there. Muhammadun. Muhammadun. And then we have here what? This is marfu, so what does this get? One dhamma. Why does it get one dhamma? Mudaf. See how good you are? Alhamdulillah. You guys are going to be good, inshallah. And then lafzul jalala. Right. Muhammadun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Rasulullah. Rasulullah. Okay? Oh. Alright. I'm gonna move on. What's the next one? Yes, brother. Where'd you come from? Yes. Well.
Is there a name for the rule that you have the,
masculine names, as long as they decline, they have this. Some don't. Some that come in the feminine form, like Hamzatu. Hamzatu, Usamatu, no. It's a rule. It's a rule. It's a rule. Masculine names, okay, asma al-dukur have the name, unless they come in, for example, a feminine form. So Muhammadun, or for example, unless they're like foreign names, like you cannot say Ibrahimun, Ibrahimun. Okay, so there's rules, but Arabic names, here's the rule. Arabic masculine names that don't come on the form, on a feminine form, with, let's say ta marbuta, they get a tanween. That's a marfu'. But they have to be Arabic names. Arabic names. There are some foreign names that get tanween, but that's another rule I have to stop myself. Like you can, George takes tanween. Why? Because that's another rule. You know, George is an exception to the rule. You see why I don't want to explain it right now? George. Okay? Nuhun. Hamzatu. You cannot say Hamzatun. But Nuhun. Somebody say, yeah, that's not an Arabic name. It's not an Arabic name, but it has three letters in the middle is sukoon, so it's an exception. What? Book 3. Book 3, brother. Book 3. Hang with me. I will let her feel like thunder. Were you Arabic? No, better move on. Okay, let's go to the next sentence. Okay, now, what is it saying here? Okay, so here we go. Now, this is not starts with a verb. So this is good. Now, the verb I will put in, and I'll put the door in, orange. Okay. So I will put the verb in purple. Where's the verb here? Is it really cold in here now? I believe there's not a blanket. I apologize. We're not simulating a Frigidaire here. In case you're on the first floor. That's not our experience. Oh, brother. Okay. Text him what? I don't know what happened. Alright, so apologize our verb. Okay, where's our door? The door. Let's make him important. Alright. And then what is this? I'm gonna purposely put to say that
coming after a preposition. It's from Masruf, and what is it also? A mudaf. It's mudaf. Okay? And then what is this? Mudaf ilayh. Okay, so let's do this. So Arabiya, we already prepared things. We're not going to analyze verbs. We'll do that later. But the doer here, what case does the doer have in Arabic? It's one of the things that we have to be mafzul, is he mashmul, or is he mafzul? Mafzul. What should we, this is definite, it's not anything done. So what should we put here is mafzul? Ana just mudarris min, and then because what case is this? Because it's coming after done. What's the sign of mashmul? What about al-Qurin? Mashhur. Why mashhur? What's the sign of mashhur again? That's it. So we will learn the 6 different forms. We will learn the different forms. The first and the third letter always have. The second letter is where it changes. Kabura. That's not this form. This is not a test. All this has, but then there's for example, Kabura, Kariba. Okay, that's another one. That's where the kasra was done. No, she's talking about does it come like Arabic, right? So she said that it always comes like that. Yeah, so this will always have some kind of for these triangles. The second radical, so for example, you don't say shara. He understood. Oh, Diane. Oh, no. No. Don't discuss verbs like Mansub applies to only present tense verbs, not past tense verbs. Past tense verbs don't happen. So that's why I'm not going into the details of verbs, because we will learn verbs. By the way, the reason we start with things, does anybody know why? So let's start with verbs are harder. But verbs are very. But we start with the noun. The noun here. So don't know. This is not much time. Present, past, and verb. You have to write this down. Past and verb. All past and verb. You cannot say there's no para. Para is not something. All right, let's move to the next. Let's see if we can finish the sentence. Okay, what's the next one? Some reasoning. There we go. There's actually 2 sentences. It's not 1 sentence. So let's first analyze the first sentence. What is have? We know this is discussed, but that's not what I'm asking. We know what role is. Okay, and what about bait? Okay, has a baitu, and then what is wow? Okay. And yeah, what is it called here? It is a part of how to connecting. You're connecting each sentences. Why? Because you're talking you're expressing enthusiasm. You're just not talking but you're also where is Muqtada here? And Baytum, that's it. Now let's go and figure out the case. Interesting now. Now you're going to come from something. It has a mabni that is in decline. Mabni, it never declines. Never has. Can we say marfu? No, we can't. For things that don't decline, you will go over the things that words that don't decline, you cannot call them marfu. What do you call them? You say in the technical Arabic phrases, but you don't need to know that. It's enough to say it comes in the place of something. It comes in the place that suffices for nothing. In the place. Why am I saying in the place of marfu? Because it's mabni. Mabni doesn't decline. So before we discuss Muqtada and Khabar, simply I'm saying for this, you cannot say in the it is sukun. Sukun on the alif. Alif here fi mahalli rafd and bayt. What do we put on bayt? What is bayt? So what do we put? Mudaf. Yes. Alhamdulillah. Very good. Alhamdulillah. What about mudaf ilayh? Not hamidun. Hamidin. Why to kasra? Mudaf ilayh. Mudaf ilayh. Hamidin. 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 Zalika. Let's figure out if it's decline or not. Is it 10? Just like Adam does not change. It is nothing. It is nothing. say in the place of marfu. In the place of marfu doesn't show up as these kind of habits. When things are fixed and predictable, marfu, you take a rain check. Who comes to place of marfu? Somebody else. Knocks on the door for you. Are you marfu? No, I'm in the place of marfu. Because you're hungry. You're marfu. I'm in the place. Wait, what I'm going to put on things. And what about Khalid? Khalid did. Is this starting to make sense now? When you get this down, you can start processing ayat. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Okay, let's go here. Let's go ahead. Good. Why not Hamidun or why not Hamidun for that matter? Why not? Okay, so do you know the cases now? Mansub or Mansub? Mansub, 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 Fatha, Marfu, Dhamma, Masroor, Kasr, right? Each noun has a case. Everybody agrees with me on that. Each noun has a case. A noun does not come without a case, but a briefcase. Just think of it like that. You're about to come with your briefcase. You came without your briefcase, you're coming out with your briefcase. That doesn't work. Same thing with the verb. Noun. The noun comes with a case. Just think of it like that. When a noun comes, either it comes with or comes with a dhamma. What is that? Habit is the second component of the two nouns. They two habit. The mudaf ilayh has a majhul. What is the sign of that majhul case? But I'm going to check here, and it's okay if it's still, because you may not be the only one. Anybody else struggling? Cannot take that. But I want to, and I don't want to be there. I don't want to leave anybody behind. I'm going to get, if you come and tell me what you get it, if you get the fact that around, does everybody understand? Every noun, do you agree that every case has a sign or a indicator for majhul? When we say hamid or hazid, why is it majhul? Well, kasra is defined. Why? Because it's mudaf ilayh. What is mudaf ilayh? Second noun and noun. It's the second noun. The second noun is always, it could be possession, it could be association. It doesn't have to be possession or a different. In this situation, I just want you to see that philosophy is always, because masculine Arabic means feminine. Okay, that's why you cannot say if you want to say this is Fatima's house, how would you say that? Fatima's house. Because for feminine Arabic means have a Fatima's house. I'm telling you, and you may not be, or the week after, just let it, simmer. No touching on the food. They don't always have the same time. Feminine Arabic means, feminine English, when they're much, you can say them. When you say them, or in the parking lot, you say, the fact, not saying that. But if you want to say, Muhammad's feet are in the parking lot, Muhammad's feet are in the parking lot. So, Mansub, thank you for asking, and even if it's not focusing it will. Let's keep going. We probably won't finish this in part two, but I think it's bringing out a lot of good people. So, alhamdulillah. I'm glad I can get to see both of the things. And believe me, I understand not everybody has the same lesson. There's some that are struggling, but if you're struggling and then you're going to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do my best. I hate to be part in front of you now. Take the registration. That's not 20. That's good. You're alhamdulillah. That's not. Allah Azza wa Jalla knows that one part of the country is to bring a revival. With all due respect to everybody, regardless of respect to the solution of them, I'm sorry to say, I'm going to be blunt. They do not get it. But you know what? I'm on a mission. Okay, I learned in the process, and I try to get legends. And at the same time, you will not learn to understand the meaning of the by one or a ship all the way to the meaning. You got to know the thing. That's what the book is. That's what Amir Mu'min is. You gotta know the language. It is the language. So here's another one. So here's one. Amar's son is a student, and Yasser's son is a merchant. Where's our mother? Right there. Where's the khabar? Oh, sorry, no. Where is the in the second sentence? And where is the khabar? Good. Okay. Now let's go for the case. So the mubtada is maf'ul, right? What's the sign? And what should we put here? And what do we put here on the khabar? How many dhammas do we put? Yes. That's why Arab said. Why two dhammas? Because see that because it's indefinite. First, answer the question, why dhamma? Because it's maf'ul. Why is it maf'ul? Because the predicate is maf'ul. Why two dhamma? Because if you said he's son, I do not understand why is it maf'ul? What's the context of it? Oh, here's son student who is going to organize it. You have to check it. If you say I'm perform in definite form, I expect you to add some more information. But if you add it in definite form, you wanted to tell me that among some. But if you say even in English, forget Arabic for a second. If you say among some God, okay, then what do you? Okay, among some is God, and among some is God who is going to organize. Now you complete it. You see my point? Typically Arabic and English is the same. The point is, I'm waiting for you to solve it, right? Now what about the next one? What is that is? Let's keep going here. Now let me ask you, should I continue on the screen or should I now just continue? No, there's no how. Oh, okay. We just learned it. This is what I meant by there's actual. I remember. So one time I was in Egypt. I was real quick, mashallah. So he taught me my Arabic home. So one of the so apparently now the capital teachers teams wouldn't know memorize the book of Allah. So you sat down and from memory you did all the names. Another one is cannot. I don't know if it's possible. Possible? No. But for example, because that's now comparing. What I'm saying is there's some nouns that don't have it's the same sound. And that's why I'm saying when you study Arabic, there's one thing that's real missing from day one. And I know maybe that's there's something called that. For those students like me, why? See, this is how it was translated. And we heard something that here they have rules. Something this is how the Arabs practice. We have rules like you can also that became the standard. It can come in 2017 and more. So we take it. So let me ask you again. Should I continue with this approach for the rest of the class? Is everybody comfortable with this? Yeah, well, I'm not. If we don't do it, that's okay. Because Ford said this is true. Because we will continue. That's not it. Yeah. We'll. Brother Ramiz is just pointing. Yeah. And remember, if no Abdul Khalid, but remember how they pronounce it? Don't put Abdul Qadar. You put Abdul Qadar, you say what? Which that's correct, but that we also. So it becomes wasn't here. So the fatha on the vowel does the wasl slide of the line into the wasl. Next sentence then. Let's do this one now. Mubtada. Remember there's jumla and where's the mubtada here? Okay, and where is the khabar? The aid one. Very good. That's the khabar. Okay, what about the second sentence? Okay, and where's the khabar? Someone didn't. So Baytul Mudarris is okay. Where? Okay, so what cases? Let me not try number 4. What cases Bayt? Marfu, mansub, or mansub? Not you. Okay, somebody help? Marfu, right? Marfu. The sign of marfu is what? Okay, what is this? So what is it? king, Masrur, what is the sign of a king? There you go. That's how I want it. This one right here, it's double, so it's what? Marfu. What is the sign of Marfu here? Pardon? Yeah, Dhamma. And then here, it's Mubtada, so what is it? Before we get Dhamma, what is it? King? Marfu. Now the sign of Marfu is what is it? Dhamma. This is what? At-Tajir, the merchant. Okay, so what is the sign? One or two? Who says two? One. Why one? It's definite. It's definite. And what about here? Yes, it's marfu. The khabar is marfu. So what is its sign? I mean, yeah, yes, how many dhamma? Exactly two. Okay. Okay, you just state that we have the teacher's house is off. And merchant's house. Okay, next one. I'm not writing a question. All right. So where's the most of it here? What is it being add up? This is the car key. This is the car key. So what is add up? It is the most of it. Yes. What about miftah? It's the cover. Yes. Oh, very good. And what about the sayyar? Okay. Hada. What's the case? Not mashur. Means the place of mashur. Okay, so we're just going to leave them. The place of mashur. What about heat or miftah? It is marfu. Why is it marfu? Because it's cover. What is the sign of it being marfu? And what is this? So what are we putting? What case is it? What case is it? Marfu. What is the sign of this case? I think in one class for a lot of techniques and others tell us Adam is set. Where is it? If I put al here just for grin, if I put al here, Adam is set. That sentence does not mean anything. You know what I'm saying there? This key is the car. This key is the car. This is wrong. Now I could say هذا المفتاح للسيارة. This key is for the car. So that's why I'm saying be careful with the al. If you put the al in the wrong place where it doesn't belong, that changes the meaning. Okay, put that there. Now it's correct. That's what I'm saying. There's no mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Because al has an example. Now it's one dhamma because it's definite. Before it was lisayara. It's definite for that car. Okay, or you can say lisayara sin for a car. Alright, let's go to the next one. Forget about that. So a few minutes left in the class. Brother Moody. Yeah. So you're saying, for example, here is the cover and here is the cover, right? But notice one is not Allah and one is Allah. All these little nuances and niceties will make you penetrate the Quran further. You'll know why things are the way it's not just the meaning, but how the Quran is constructed, divine work of art. Okay, let's go to the next sentence. Well, I'm not going to do a question. I'm saying, then you respond. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I'm not allowed. But yeah, I know it's definitely taken. I know it's definitely taken. Where is that? Where is that? I know it's definitely taken. Okay. Then the next one. What does that mean? Who are your sons? Or if you're in Islam, who do you know? Who are you? Right? Who are you? You cannot say who are you? Right? So, yeah, al-walad. You cannot say al-walad. Yeah, walad. Who are you? And it's not who are you. Not that. It's not who are you. No. It's who are you, oh boy. And even that's not the Arabic walk. I mean, English walk, right? You're not going to walk in who are you, oh boy. But in Arabic, it's from. But yeah, if Brother Munir says that, yeah, he's the box in Arabic. You don't say this. You don't go to the office and go, oh, Steve. It's like, yeah. Okay, that's not the normal speech, right? It's like, Steve. You don't say, oh, Steve. You can say, oh, Steve. Oh, can you help me? Oh, yes, I can. This is a little dramatic. Normally, can say, where are you from? Who are you from? Okay? Is that good? Who are you from? So he responds, how do you say that? Ana ibnu. Ana ibnu. You don't say, Ana ibnu. That's wrong. Did everybody get this? Ana ibnu. Everybody good with that? Ana ibnu. Abbas. Ana ibnu. You cannot say Ana ibnu. Abbasin. Yes, but we'll get to that. So where's the mubtada? Where's the subject of the sentence? So this is the mubtada. Okay, where is the khabar? I think the battery. Not everybody can handle Arabic. This is khabar. Okay, now here's something to know. Remember ismul ishara like hadha and dhalika? Were they mabni or mu'rab? Mabni. They don't decline. Also pronouns. Look at this. Ana does not decline. Pronouns do not decline. Huwa, hiya, hum, ana, nahnu, etc., etc. More will learn. But ana does not decline. Pardon me? The detached, they're considered, remember we were doing in the first class this morning? They're taqdiri, not mahalli. Okay, but these are mahalli, like we learned. Okay, so here, what do we say? Ana. What's its case? Just use the English for now. In the place of what? Marfu. In the place of marfu. In the place of marfu. What should we put on? Because it's khabar, it's marfu, right? And what about this? One kasra or two? Ana ibn Abbas. I'm the son of Abbas. Wabnu man huwa. What does that mean? Whose son is he? Okay. Now, do you see an idafa there? Yes, you do. What is it? Just ibn man. Wow, harf al-ataf, ibn man. Mudaf wa mudaf ilayh. But man doesn't decline. So what do we say in English? Pardon me, sister? Yes, just in English, so we keep it simple. In the place of majroor. In the place of majroor. Very good. Alhamdulillah. Now he says here, Huwa ibn Khalid. Here's another pronoun. Huwa is a pronoun. Does not decline. Where is the mubtada here? Where is the khabar? What is Khalid? Mudaf ilayh. Okay, let's put our cases and signs now. Okay, huwa, what case? Not marfu. In the place of marfu. Yes, you're taking footsteps towards a better Quranic understanding. So huwa in the place of marfu. Why? Does not bend or decline. Huwa is mabni. What about this? Where's the khabar? What is its case? One dhamma. What about here? It's mudaf ilayh. So what? Let's look at the next sentence. He says here, Aina. So somebody want to read this? Okay, sister, go ahead. Not Rasulullah. 100% correct. Rasulillah. Remember, mudaf. Masjidu Rasulillah. That's double idafa. Masjidu Rasulillahi. Yes, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Okay. You could put brackets. Remember, jumlatun i'tiradiyya. Parenthetical. Okay. We're not going to analyze sentences, but do you all see a double idafa there? Masjidu, like the sister said, Masjidu Rasulillahi. Rasul has to be majroor, and Allah. I'll get it for you. Allah, okay, it's majroor. Lafzul Jalala majroor, yes. Okay, but let's analyze the al-ijaba or the jawab. The su'al is, where is the Prophet ﷺ's mosque? Al-ijaba or the jawab is huwa fil. Okay, let's. Where is the mubtada here? Where is the khabar? Think about this. Fil Medina. That's it. Fil Medina. Actually, it's good we continued writing it on the screen, because here's another thing I want to mention to you. We already learned that the khabar can come in 5 different forms, 5 different flavors for khabar. We've learned 3 so far. The khabar can come as one word. Al-baytu kabirun. Khabar coming as one word. We saw in the adhan or from Medina, remember the YouTube clip I was showing? A khabar can come as a whole sentence. Huna as-salamu ala rasulillah. The whole sentence is coming as a khabar. Here, shibhu jumla is coming as a khabar. Sentence fragment. Fil Medina by itself doesn't mean anything, but it's coming as a khabar. So just like you say, for example, a mabni in the place of something. A sentence fragment also comes in. If I ask you, Fil Medina, what is its case? It's khabar, what's its case? In the place of marfu. Because the original is for one word, like when I say al-baytu kabirun, kabirun is marfu. But here, it's not, you cannot, it's at least two parts of speech here. A particle or in Medina. Fil Medina, so you say, it comes in the place of marfu. And we'll end on this sentence. Let's just put the signs on here. Huwa is what? In place of marfu. So this sentence, there is no marfu technically in this sentence. Huwa in the place of marfu. Why, brother Adnan? No. Doesn't bend or decline. Doesn't change case. Fil Medina, what is its case? In place of majroor. I mean, we'll put a kasra here because of harf jar. Fil Madinati. And by the way, adjectives must agree with their nouns in 4 ways, which we'll learn later on. Don't write that now. But you must put a kasra there in the Arabic language. The nat always matches the thing that it's describing. So here we have fil madinati, in the place of marfu. Any questions so far what we've done so far, brother Adnan? This is nat or sifa, and this is mawsuf or man'ut. We will learn this in detail in a future chapter where you'll see that there has to be 4 things that need to be agreed on between al-man'ut and nat. So you'll learn that. Because this whole thing, you cannot say it's marfu because it's not one word. And by the way, does it? No, you have to take the whole thing. You have to take the whole shibu jumla in the place of marfu. Did I say majhul? Marfu. Sorry, marfu. And you'll learn this. By the way, before we leave here, if I say ayn al-Kaaba, ayn al-Kaaba, look at the difference here. If I said ayn al-Kaaba, I would use how would I respond? I want to say it's in Makkah al-Mukarramah. How would I say it? Hiya, feminine, right? Because Kaaba is feminine, right? Masjid is masculine, huwa. Kaaba is feminine. Hiya, what should I put next? So let's just write it out. Let's now analyze this, and then I will make this the last thing. Okay, Mecca, I want to point this out. It only partially declines. It only partially declines. So you cannot say hiya fi Mekkati. That's a mistake. Mekkata. So I must put a ta marbuta here. A fatha there on the ta marbuta. Hiya fi Mekkata. This is an adjective. And by the way, I hope your books are full there because I don't want you writing, but I'm giving you a heads up with it. Here, I would put a fully declined. Al-Madina fully. Mecca does not. Why? Because this is how the Arabic makes. In the marfu form, what is Mecca? Mecca too. And no tanween on Mecca either. No tanween. So Mecca too in the marfu form. What is it in the mansub form? Makkata. What is it in the majroor form? Makkata, which you see here. You cannot say Makkati. That is a grave error. Fi Makkatal Mukarram. So I just wanted to point that out. May Allah Azza wa Jal, I know you guys are tired, but Alhamdulillah, this was good, right? This was like a workout. This is a workout. Alhamdulillah. Whatever you do the rest of the day, it's going to be much easier. So just look at it on the bright side. Allah Azza wa Jal is asking us to alayna an najtahid. We have to expend our effort. And it doesn't come to us. Allah revealed that we must go. So we do that to the language. دمتم في امان الله حفظكم الله والسلام عليكم الى اللقاء بحول الله. You know, I read this before they put all the money. But who started the signing group? You know, our personal information. There was not a signing. No. What is the? So what's the fine line between Medina